These are all the apples that were purchased in Croatia. These apples here that you see. They're all the apples that were purchased in Croatia. This one here too. This one also. It's completely rotten. Totally rotten. And it's exactly accordingly with MK Ultra instructions. This is totally rotten apple. Like, when I say rotten, that means, let me just say, stake something. Like rotten, that will be like this. Like this. This is what's rotten. Okay? This is rotten. When you just go like this, and you can see it's rotten. That's rotten. These apples here, I am gonna, with a pleasure, eat them. What's the point? What exactly am I trying to explain to you? Yeah. Hold on. They got something to tell today. Today I have written about the aortic arch issue they played with, and they really did. I wouldn't be writing the stuff like this if they didn't. Aortic arch was one of the first issues. Before other issues, maybe like the third issue, if I recall, was aortic arch. It must be difficult. It must be difficult. It's not difficult for me. Do you know what makes me a paranoid schizophrenic? A very strong health that I have. Because the normal person will fail, fade away, die way before I have. That's what makes me paranoid schizophrenic. That's what makes this case difficult for me, actually, to prove. Torture was real, the stuff was real, this stuff is real actually. These are the apples that mother had purchased and that I started to eat, and she purchased them because they're closer than the apples that I purchased in Croatia, the ones that you have seen on the table. I don't know. She purchased this just 7 days ago, week ago. And these apples are stored in this room here. And you can see that they are perfect. They're healthy without any of these apples rotting in any way. And I was glad I came downstairs to check about what the fuck goes on, to remove that apple that somebody placed here. According to MK Ultra scenario, that somebody without any doubt was my mama. Even that, I have to say, it appears that the visits come here in the house when I take my mom to the father. That there is no doubt about that too. People enter the house during my absence here. When I take my mom even to father, because most of the time I'm at home, that stuff happens too. Yeah, they do have certain spots like this. These are like apples that I purchased months from becoming the way you have seen that stuff. There's no way you would have something like this. And so I knew, because my mother purchased this apple 7 days ago in the store, that I have to go and check these apples here. And as soon as I came here, I found the apple that I demonstrated you. So that you understand, there is people coming inside here. They fuck with the things, doing their best, trying their best to undermine, to not only to undermine, not only to make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. They're accelerating stuff in such a non-rational, not artificial, but non-rational patterns, because they believe that I don't know what the fuck goes on around me. They try to make me feel like It's MK Ultra actually, because this is the way it was during MK Ultra. During MK Ultra, I would sign the contract, the lease, whatever, and would disappear for the most of the month and would only appear at the end of the month basically to pay the bill. Even like this it happened. You understand me what I'm saying? For the rent. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Work my ass, overwork myself. Once I would have the life savings, that's what the fuck they would do with the life savings. And I would go from one door to the other and only disappear, pay for the rent basically to be tortured. Not for the most part, but for even sometimes for the most part, even for that kind of stuff. So that's why it's so important. That's why it's so the Apple that I demonstrated you, it's gonna go straight to the internet, this video right now. I'm not fucking crazy. I know what the fuck is going on. I know it's Friday today. I know it's the 17th May today. I know what's happening. I'm not insane to this degree. Even that they're trying to do their best to convince me. The items such as combs, clips, hair for the hair cutting, clippers, nail clippers, they disappear. The items that you would have, knives, the kitchen knives, like your regular knives, they disappear. Instead of the regular kitchen knives, Mama planted big ass knives, and even the knives that I don't even know what the fuck they serve for. All kinds of crazy stuff. Then what happens is once you confront her, once I confronted her, it's like with everything else. They start to appear here, they start to appear there, they start to appear little by little, they start to find a way in exact ways, patterns. They brainwash me during MK Ultra, if you understand me what the fuck I'm saying. The hair clippers, I found them on the attic area because I don't have the money to go to hair cutter. After 6 months, 6 or 8 months, I found them in a fucking attic area. So I could again use them. You know, this the kind of stuff that goes on. This is the kind of stuff that goes on, basically fucking around all the way. And so the Apple like this, and the police investigator laughed at me when he stated to me, if you're gonna say this Apple. The Apple like this was used to suggest me about my skin cancer issues. How it goes. This is how they play, the police. This is how they play it. They created real skin cancer issues. It's not a joke. This is one of the best. This is one of the best articles I have ever made in respect to this blog. The British Royals, just as I have posted here, British Royals started to get it to take initiative in a torture. And it was probably British Royals who tutored Milan Kutran, this man here that you see. These people, I should say. It was probably them who tutored, who taught them how to do the ritual through the, not through the health scare. You know, 1985, 1986 stabbing because they cause injury on which they continue to follow up, causing a real health problems. This is with a needle stabbing. This is what they do is they stab you with the needles. Then the time will heal this thing, but it will not heal them in a way that it would heal otherwise if you would not be exposed to ongoing poisoning, if you understand me. So it's a different kind of injury that starts to appear. But the ground, the base for this kind of injury, that's actually done through the needles. That's done through the stabbing. And the one who had initiative for this stuff were British royals. I well explain, I nicely explain people why, how they do this stuff, what they do with it. Well, if you start to talk about the stuff like this, and then in that case, because they label you as a paranoid schizophrenic, they labeled me as a paranoid schizophrenic in 2012. Then you have nothing actually to defend yourself with against them. Then it's your word against something what they anticipated they would obtain the proof for sometimes in the future. They still didn't get any kind of proof. They not that they lag behind, they're failing, they have lost the case against me. Obviously, I'm going after the police. The siren outside that was so loud that the ambulance vehicle doesn't fucking help, doesn't make any fucking difference, because the only thing I'm guilty of, the only thing that screwed me up actually, that's my health, my strong health somehow that allowed me to go through these things, despite everything. That's what that is. It's not so Russians, it's not so Serbs, it's not Milan Kučan only, it's not the Slovenian what they refer to us during MK Ultra as a communists and this and that. No, not really. It's British royals at it. They were very, very much at this. They got absolutely everything to do with it. You know, the stuff they did to me, and I don't really care. But they don't give a three fuck about anybody in this world other than themselves. If you can do it to the person like this supposedly was my sweetheart. If you can do the stuff like this, if you can do the stuff like this to people, like I have seen in them, myself. If you can do the stuff like this to the people like this, like myself, then I think, I am pretty sure that you don't give a three fuck about other than yourself. And your selected group of people or class? No, I don't think so. I think that the group of class, the group of people, that's why I'm angry about this stuff. That's why I'm angry about these issues. This is the reason why I'm angry about this stuff. That's why I'm not taking the side of any of these people here that you see. Because they're being used temporary. It's all these dummies that are being used temporary for royals to get whatever the fuck they want. And then it's some other issue, and then it's somebody else that pay for it. Through some other circle of people, through some other issues that matters to them. No. I don't think so. You can think all you want about yourself if you're part of that circle, but shit is right at the top of your pyramid. Right at the top of the state. That's where it stinks all the way down.